I am here with a very smart guy, my friend Pat Stone, Executive Chairman of WFG National Title. Is that the right term?
That's the right term.
And the founder. That's the big one. So you were sharing some economic insights with us, and you were saying that you don't think affordability will be a issue in the future. Why is that?
Well, I think what's happening is you're having wage and salary growth over 3%, and you're having a slowdown in housing appreciation. Housing appreciation this year will probably be somewhere between 3.5 to 3.7%. So as you increase salary and wage growth and housing appreciation slows down, confidence returns and people step up and buy homes.
That's great, and it's nice. That affordability has been such a big topic for so many years. It'd be nice to not have that on the table. You mentioned you're a little bit concerned of some potential threats of inflation. Can you elaborate on that a little bit?
Yeah, we've really benefited from globalization, and by that I mean goods price inflation has been actually negative for about 5 years, meaning that you can buy things like flat screen TVs cheaper now than you could 5-10 years ago.
Right.
And we've benefited. That's offset some wage and salary growth appreciation, and that's kept inflation basically as a non-factor. I'm a little bit worried that tariffs may cause goods price inflation to reassert itself. And so if the price of goods goes up and the price of wages and salaries go up, then you're going to have a lot of upward pressure on inflation.
Gotcha. Well, I know one good way to hedge against inflation, and that is buy a house.
I think that's a very good idea, because then you get to participate in the inflation with an asset that you can use, and it doesn't get any better than that.
Yep, great hedge. You had mentioned one thing that was of interest to me. You mentioned that National Association of Realtors maybe missed the boat a little bit as far as the SALT deductions. Would you elaborate on that a little bit?
Yeah, and I don't mean to be overly critical of anybody, but I think the Tax Reform Act that was implemented in early 2018 eliminated the state and local tax deduction. It also put a cap, and that partly eliminated property taxes, and it put a cap on mortgage rates, mortgage interest deductions. So the net effect is it has had a negative impact on home buying in the states that had a significant level of state and local tax deductions. I believe that NAR and MBA did not do a good job of lobbying in Congress to prevent that from happening as they could have. Now, it was a very heavily tilted Republican Congress, so a tax reform bill was going to go through, but I think that the SALT deduction has been negative for real estate. I do think that the National Association of Realtors and the Mortgage Bankers Association have geared up their political participation and will be instrumental in making sure we do not have any more egregious legislation for real estate.
Well, I do know that Bill Malkasian and his team, Shannon McGann, they've kind of revamped that old apartment
Yes.
in light of what you said, because
Yes.
I think it's important that the realtors are at the table to protect homeowners. So any final thoughts as far as what buyers and sellers in Oregon should be thinking looking forward to 2019 and 2020?
I think we're in a very good market. We have high FICO scores in Oregon. We have good income growth. We have good job growth. We have a more normal real estate market. I think it's a good time to buy, and it's a good, if you're going to move up or move down, it's a good time to take a hard look at doing that also. It's a good market to exercise your judgment, find a home you want, and go for it.
Awesome. Thank you so much for your
My
time
pleasure.
today,
Thank
Pat.
you.
Really appreciate it.